Jack eagerly prepared for his first date with Sabrina, a girl he had met on an online dating app. Nervous yet excited, he decided to go for a run to calm his mind before their evening together. He went to his favorite spot, a trail surrounded by tall trees. After parking his car and stretching his muscles, Jack sent a quick message to Sabrina, expressing his excitement for the evening. "Can't wait to see you at 8 p.m. tonight." He put his headphones in, played his favorite playlist, tucked away his phone, and embarked on his run. Halfway through, his curiosity peaked when he noticed a hidden path on a trail he had never seen before. Intrigued, he felt drawn towards it, deviating from his usual route. As Jack ventured down the unknown path, a wooden bench and a picnic table along the path hinted that it wasn't as isolated as he had suspected. Venturing deeper into the woods, Jack devised a simple rule to remember his way back. Turn left at every opportunity, with the plan to turn right on the way back. Meanwhile, the scenery surrounding him was truly inspiring. Towering trees, their branches reaching towards the sky in a majestic way. Sunlight filtered through the dense forest, casting beautiful patterns on the ground. Yet, amid this beauty, a peculiar sight disrupted his serenity. Dangling from a tree branch was a dirty and beaten-up shoe swaying eerily. The sight of the shoe distracted him from his pacing and caused him to stop. After taking a moment to stare at the shoe, Jack glanced at his watch, hoping he was nearing the end of his run. The sight of the shoe, along with the setting sun, urged him to want to turn back. However, Jack had only 2 miles left to reach his goal for the day. Determined, he took a deep breath and continued into the woods. Minutes passed, and strange, otherworldly sounds whispered deep in the woods. The type of sound that would make someone's hair rise. Jack remained oblivious to the bone-chilling sound, with the bass from his music pounding in his ears. Just then, as a gust of wind barreled behind him, his music abruptly stopped. It was at that moment the only thing Jack could focus on was his pounding heart and quick breaths. Jack quickly stopped to check his phone, only to find a glitching screen and unresponsive controls. With a sense of confusion, he removed his earphones, and at that moment, he became aware of the unsettling noises that sent shivers down his spine. As he looked at his surroundings, a growing sense of disorientation enveloped him like a suffocating fog. Jack felt as though the trees were closing in around him. The path became twisted and distorted. And what little sunlight was left now was only a sliver on the horizon. Jack's heart began to race, not from exhaustion, but from fear. Without hesitation, Jack made a firm decision to turn back and retrace his steps, hoping to find his way to the main trail. He sprinted frantically, clutching his phone, hoping for a faint signal to guide him. Just as his legs threatened to give way, he caught sight of a familiar picnic table and quickened his pace, knowing he was within a short distance of the main trail. The stillness behind him was suddenly disturbed by the sound of a tree branch snapping. Jack stopped dead in his tracks and looked over his shoulder, staring into the dark, empty path. He saw nothing but leaves blowing in the wind. "Must be a deer or something," Jack thought to himself. Then he looked back towards the trail, only to find the picnic table had vanished. "What the hell?" he said out loud. With the sun completely gone now, Jack couldn't help but feel anxious. Not only had his visibility changed, but now he didn't even know where he was. Heart pounding, urgency compelled him to frantically scan the dense woods for any sign that could lead him back. His disorientation and anxiety grew with each passing second. Suddenly, he caught a glimpse of subtle movement behind a line of trees. He rubbed his eyes, wiped the sweat from his forehead, and squinted to get a better look. Nothing. Doubt crept into his mind as he tried to rationalize what he had just seen. Perhaps it's just my imagination playing tricks on me, he thought before taking a deep breath and continuing his quest to the main path. Then he heard another set of footsteps running alongside him. Startled, he came to an abrupt stop to try and pinpoint the source of the sound. At this point, Jack is breathing heavily. Fear and uncertainty have tormented his mind, So he takes a deep breath and turns his head back, hoping to catch a glimpse of what's coming his way. That's when he saw it. An ominous figure slowly emerging from the shadows. Its tall and inhuman silhouette struck terror into Jack's heart. Without hesitation, he turned and sprinted in the opposite direction, gasping for air and struggling to process the surreal sight he had just witnessed. With desperation, he glanced at his phone, praying for a flicker of hope. However, the screen remained dark, leaving him to continue his sprint while screaming for help. Fear pumped through his veins, fueling his sprint as he pushed his body to its limits. But just when he thought he had outpaced the creature, a sudden realization struck him like a lightning bolt. The path before him looped back upon itself, trapping him in an inescapable circle. The realization dawned upon him too late. The creature had not been chasing him. It had been toying with him all along. As the creature's claws closed around him, the echoes from his screams were swallowed by the unforgiving darkness. And in a swift motion, the phone flew out from his grasp and landed face up on the ground. After a short while, the phone powered up and regained its connection, and a new message notification from Sabrina surfaced on display. I can't wait to see you too. I'm on my way there. See you soon.